Investment Friend channel. Today we will discuss about a micro cap share. The market capital is hardly 650 crore. This company is engaged in gas solvents, gas treating solvents, industrial gases. Basically, last time we had discussed about the company in the CNG and PNG field, that is Adani Gas. So today I thought let me just go ahead with another company which is also related to the gas sector, oil and gas sector. So this company's name is Amines and Plasticizers Limited. This is that way a very old company, but still it is a micro cap. And basically, if we see their performance and all that, it is increasing steadily. It is growing basically steadily, slow and steady, what we can call it that way. It's not like blitzkrieg sort of thing and all that, but nonetheless, the company is growing and showing profitability and all that year after year. It is engaged in the manufacture of various amines, specialty chemicals, gas treating solvents. Uh, in fact, it has got about 50 varieties of various amines and agrochemicals. And the end use of company's products are basically in the oil field, oil and gas sector, then industrial gases, ammonia plants, oil refineries, petrochemical industry, and even the company has got some products which are useful in pharmaceutical companies also. Company's R&D is also there. In fact, according to company's claims, they have pioneered one sort of solvent in the field of textile. Earlier, according to the company, of course, we also know the textile industry was one of the most polluting industries, and in fact, so everybody was very much concerned about pollution levels in the textile field and all. Not only that, but even the health hazards it is going to give for even the labor force working in the industry and all that. According to company's claims, it has pioneered a particular product which has reduced the pollution levels in the textile industry, especially in the viscose fiber, to a great extent. So, and that business, in fact, the company has been supplying those products to the textile industries, and it is in fact growing in that business. Not only that, the company is also focusing on reduction of carbon levels, which is a global concern nowadays. So probably in that area also, the company may get a good sort of business in future. The company is also undertaking expansion. So if we see this slide, there they have mentioned that in case of certain specialty chemicals, they want to manufacture some specialty chemicals. So they are going ahead with the expansion. They are already manufacturing, so they are going ahead with the expansion of those specialty chemicals. And they are also thinking of investing in a company which is in the solar power sector. See, right now the company is using the power from outside. So to reduce the power cost, the company is thinking to go ahead with investment in a solar power company, which in turn will reduce their dependence on outside power, as well as it will bring down their total overall power cost. That is also the company's plans is there. Last 5 years profit growth if we have seen, it is roughly about 29%, a reasonably good profit growth, and last 3 years return on equity is roughly about 26%. In fact, if we see this revenue mix, the exports are steadily increasing, and right now it is a little above 50%. They are exporting to roughly about 50 countries and all that. So that means the company's products are well accepted not only in the domestic market but also in the export market as well. If you see the promoters shareholding, it is a robust holding promoters are holding for last so many years. It is 73.17%, really a very good holding by the promoters as such. But there is one interesting aspect of this shareholding pattern of the company. See, if you see this last year's annual report, which I am showing you on, by way of a slide, there are only 16 number of shareholders, including promoters, who are holding shares above 1 lakh. 1 lakh and 1 lakh 1 and above, that is above 1 lakh shares of are held by only 16 shareholders, including promoters. But if you see the percentage of holding, that is roughly about 90%. Apart from that, if you add 3% share of shares which are held by the government in the IEPF, Investors Protection Fund, so it is roughly about 3%. Then if you add another 2% of the shares held by the people who are we can call it as a high ticket holding as such, that is 10,000 up to from 10,000 above up to 1 lakh shares holding, they are also roughly about 2%. So if you see, for retail investors, roughly about 5% shares are available. The company's paid-up capital is roughly about 11 crore. The face value is 2 rupees. So roughly about 5.5 crore shares are totally issued by the company. Out of that, only 5% shares are available for normal trading purposes, because normally the promoters will not sell. The big investors normally they hold for years. So for that, the shares available for retail investors is very less. It is only roughly about 5% of the paid-up capital. Now here it becomes a ticklish issue. See, sometimes what happens, because this is a micro cap having hardly about 650 crore market cap and all that, when the number of shares supply in the market is very less, obviously it may be prone to a very volatile situation. So sometimes you may see UCs, sometimes you may see LCs and all that. That is a part of the game. But nonetheless, the very fact that only this the majority of the shares are held by HNIs and all that, that means there appears to be a good prospect in their opinion. Of course, this is not a recommendation. I am not a SEBI registered advisor. My views may be biased because of my holding. But uh, since this is a micro cap, this is very risky share. That if one has to consider this share, he has to keep this in mind, that overnight it may not perform, but maybe in the long term, looking to their expansion plans, looking to their R&D and the steady performance which they have given over a period of time, coupled with the fact that they are into amines and agrochemicals, which is a growing field. Of course, we cannot compare this company with big amines players like Alkyl Amines and Balaji Amines and all that. But nonetheless, this company is also into amines, gas treating solvents, and we have seen that the government is also giving push to gas-based industries. They are giving they are creating infrastructure for that and all that. So considering those aspects, I thought let me just share this company's details with you. If you are like this video, please press the like button. If you are not subscribed to the channel so far, please subscribe and also share this video so that other people can also get the information about this company. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Sri Ram.